Welcome to Actors Are Born, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes into the lives and careers of the biggest movie stars. Today we'll tell the story of an actress with innate elegance, versatile talent, and a gaze that can be both icy and incredibly vulnerable. Kristin Scott Thomas.
Born in Redruth, Cornwall, on May 24, 1960, Kristin Scott Thomas's childhood was marked by tragic events that would shape her character. At just 5 years old, she lost her father, a Royal Navy pilot, in a flying accident. 6 years later, the same fate befell her stepfather, also a pilot. These losses led her to develop a protective shell and a deep understanding of pain, which she would later masterfully transpose into her most complex characters. Her artistic training was not a smooth path. In London, a teacher at the Central School of Speech and Drama bluntly advised her to abandon the idea of becoming an actress, deeming her not talented enough. But Kristin did not give up. At 19, in search of herself, she moved to Paris, a city that would become her second home. There, working as an au pair, she learned fluent French and regained the confidence to pursue her dream. She enrolled at the École Nationale Supérieure des Arts et Techniques du Théâtre, where her talent was finally recognized.
A fascinating tidbit from her early days is linked to a music icon, Prince. He was the one who noticed her and wanted her as the star of his 1986 film Under the Cherry Moon, marking her film debut. The year 1994 was the year of her international breakthrough with 4 weddings and a funeral. In the role of Fiona, the elegantly sarcastic friend secretly in love with the protagonist, played by Hugh Grant, Kristin Scott Thomas won over audiences and critics, winning a prestigious BAFTA award for Best Supporting Actress. Interestingly, the actress was initially not at all convinced of the film's potential. She stated that she saw it alone in a cinema in Paris and did not find it particularly funny, calling it almost a dud. It was only when she was on a plane where the film was being shown and heard the contagious laughter of the other passengers that she realized she had been mistaken.
2 years later, in 1996, another role that would indelibly mark her career arrived: Catherine Clifton in The English Patient. Her portrayal of the aristocratic woman involved in a poignant and illicit love affair in the African desert earned her nominations for an Oscar and a Golden Globe. The chemistry with co-star Ralph Fiennes is palpable, and the two actors became good friends on set, later collaborating on other films. Director Anthony Minghella pushed her to shed her usual masks of a reserved woman to find a vulnerability and passion that made her character unforgettable. Kristin Scott Thomas's filmography demonstrates a continuous desire to challenge herself with complex and dramatic roles. In Sarah's Key from 2010, she plays an American journalist in Paris who, while investigating the 1942 Vel d'Hiv roundup, uncovers a painful secret related to the apartment she is about to move into. The film addresses a dark chapter in French history, the collaboration with the Nazis.
In Suite Française, 2015, set during the German occupation of France, she plays a despotic and controlling mother-in-law. The actress, who had read and loved Irene Nemirovsky's novel years before, was intrigued by the possibility of exploring the reasons behind her character's harshness. A woman living in anguish over the fate of her son at the front. On set, she worked alongside Michelle Williams, an actress she has said she greatly admires. Recently, Kristin Scott Thomas has also conquered the small screen with the series Slow Horses. In this Apple TV Plus spy thriller, she plays Diana Taverner, the Deputy Director General of MI5, a cold, calculating, and ruthless character. A role that, in some ways, redeems her brief appearance in another famous spy franchise, Mission Impossible, where her character was eliminated in the very first scenes. In Slow Horses, she has the opportunity to develop a complex character and create a fascinating and tense power dynamic with the protagonist, Jackson Lamb, played by Gary Oldman. The actress confessed that in the past she found television boring, but the intelligent writing of Slow Horses changed her mind.
In addition to her prolific acting career, Kristin Scott Thomas has also stepped behind the camera, making her directorial debut with the film My Mother's Wedding. She has received numerous honors for her artistic contribution, including the Legion of Honor in France and the title of Dame of the Order of the British Empire. With her timeless elegance, her ability to communicate deep emotions with a single glance, and a career that spans Hollywood productions, European art house cinema, and successful TV series, Kristin Scott Thomas confirms herself as one of the most talented and respected actresses of her generation. A true artist whose story teaches us that talent, combined with determination, can overcome any obstacle.
Thank you, and see you on the next episode of Actors Are Born.